in hot on April 19th and 20th is the first solar eclipse in 2023. And this is no ordinary solar eclipse. This is what we call a hybrid solar eclipse. So what that kind of means is, number one, eclipses are a time to really amplify the energy of a new moon. So we want to keep that in mind with this energy because it's going to help us manifest a little bit more accurately and quicker than usual. But number two, this hybrid solar eclipse is very rare because a hybrid eclipse is a cross between two different types of eclipse. So we have a annular eclipse and a total eclipse. And basically hybrid is when the moon is cycling around the globe and are going to shape shift and experience the best of both of those eclipses. This happens about once a decade. So this is very unique. Now, when we talk about astrology, when we talk about how this can really impact our day-to-day lives, this hybrid solar eclipse is known to usher in major transformation. This is known to bring in change, okay? It may be a cross between, for some of us, depending on our own astrology charts, how this energy is going to unfold. Is it something that is coming into fruition that we previously manifested? Is this the universe's way of kind of making things happen and push you in the direction of change? It's going to be different for all of us. So this is a new moon happening in the sign of Aries, 29 degrees Aries. This is the final degree in that house. And right after this new moon, within a couple hours, we're going to start transitioning into Taurus. So this is a really interesting energy. And so today I want to talk about how this is going to show up in your day-to-day life, the shifts of energy that you might start to see, and more importantly, new moons are a time to manifest. So how can we work with this energy to amplify our desires and put them out in the universe and create the life that we want to live? So we're going to talk about manifesting, what areas you can really hone in on, and some journal prompts that you can use as well to kind of help. So let's get into today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jessica. This is Lunar Insight. This is a community filled with individuals like you who live by the moon or just interested in manifesting. Manifesting with the moon is a wonderful way to get started. So I put out videos twice a month, once on the new moon and once on the full moon. If you want to be in the loop of what's going on with this energy, how you can be prepared, what you can do when it arrives, be sure to hit the like button today if you find this information valuable. And of course, I invite you to be a part of this community by hitting that subscribe button, turning on that bell notification so you don't miss any important updates. So how is this Aries energy going to come in? So I mentioned this is a hybrid solar eclipse, and how this might appear in our lives is what is transitioning, what the themes are, might be kind of going with us for the next 5 to 6 months. So keep that in mind, keep your energy balanced no matter what is kind of going on. To understand Aries, we need to understand that Aries is a fire sign. They're very passionate, they're go-getters, and this is an energy that we can borrow to help us be more courageous in what it is that we want to tackle, what we want to overcome. If there is a new path we want to pave, this is the perfect energy to do so. If we want to claim a victory in something, this is a great energy to work with. Now, Aries, if out of balance, can also be in a very aggressive energy, which can also make us a little impulsive. So keep that in mind. Now I mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention, but we did recently have an Aries full moon, and we're currently in Aries season. So this energy has been playing out for a while. And so you could have found yourself about a month or so ago feeling this really passionate kind of fire in the belly energy to tackle something, to start something, to get excited about something. Now, the thing with Aries is we've had some time to kind of sort this energy out and really get a plan in place of what it is we want to do. So, because Aries can be a little bit impulsive, it's important, one, that we have a plan. Because as excited as Aries can get, that flame can quickly go out and they can get bored and move on. So if this is something that you really want to be serious about manifesting, bringing this intention into your reality, it's important to have a vision and a plan. So use this new moon as a time to, as always, reflect, get clear on what it is you really want. You can ask yourself those questions. What is it that you really want? Removing all exterior boundaries that say it's not possible, what other people would think, whatever. Just remove that, and deep down, what do you want? Because Aries rules the first house. The first house is all about yourself, okay? Being authentic to yourself. Aries know who they are, okay? Embrace this energy. Get clear on who you are and what it is that you want. After you have figured that out, and there's several ways to do that, sitting in meditation, just sitting in stillness, journaling, listening to a meditation, just kind of slow it down for a second and find that clarity. You can also ask yourself, why do you want this? Why is this important to you? What is the pain if this doesn't happen? That's my favorite. What is the pain if you don't go through with this? Is it regret? Will you always regret that you didn't take that action? Write down that, because that why is so important, because as this Aries energy dissipates and we go into the sign of Taurus, that why will see you through the ups and the downs. Okay, so now that we know a little bit about Aries, focus on your intentions, on what it is that you authentically want, what brings you that excitement, and this can be something of your wildest dreams, starting that business, moving into another state, country, whatever. No boundaries here. If something has your name on it, allow it to come through. Now, if you want to take this energy a little bit further, you can check out your natal chart. You can simply Google, find a free one, put in your information, and this will tell you your houses and where the degrees and other signs fall. You want to find in your natal chart 29 degrees Aries. This is going to show you what house this is falling in. And this energy is going to be what most likely is going to impact you during this time. So again, being aware of this, knowing what's coming in, we can plan, we can prepare, and we can embrace ourselves throughout this energy. Now, this Aries new moon is coming in on the 19th or 20th, depending on where you reside. And right after this new moon solar eclipse, we start to transition into Taurus. So this energy is going to come in pretty hot and quick. It's like the last curtain call to take action, to really embrace this. Things might also start to really speed up during this time. It might seem very chaotic, like everything's coming at you at once. And it may be something that is happening that you feel more in control of, or something that you may not feel so in control of? Okay, but taking action is really important at this time, but make sure that action is not impulsive and aggressive. Because once we get into Taurus, which is an earth energy, we're going to start to slow down. But the importance during this time period is, if we ignite something with Aries, start that new project, go for it, be courageous, do the thing you've always wanted to do. And then we get into Taurus, who's all about stable and security. It can give us longevity. So that's the power of this new moon and solar eclipse. Without this information, you might find your energy, because we're all unique individuals, we all have different zodiac signs, so things can be really happening. So making yourself aware, being intentional of how this is going to show up. Pay attention to the first house of self, and also pay attention to that natal chart in the 29-degree. This is going to help you hone in on setting those intentions. So as I mentioned, new moons are a time to set any new intention. So whatever it is you need to do, this is the time to do it. But if you really want to amplify it, look at the first house of self and goals, and also look at that 29 degrees in your natal chart. So now let's talk about some things that you can do to manifest with this new moon. New moons are a time to really get creative with setting new intentions. And there's many, many ways that you can do this. There's specific journal prompts, there's, rituals that you can do. And some of the things that I like to do is what I'm going to share today. Number one, new moon is the time to reflect, okay? Always reflect during a lunar cycle, okay? Look back and see how much you've accomplished and find that clarity and set your new intentions. Now, when we set our new intentions, as I mentioned, the Aries new moon is all about starting new beginnings, starting new projects, going after those things that you've always desired. Maybe that looks like quitting the job and going and starting your own business, but don't do that unless you absolutely can do that. That's the type of energy that's ushering in. The best way to be intentional with setting intentions and manifesting, after you've done that reflection and found that clarity, it's really important to do those steps, because it's raising our vibration. It's putting us in a state of mind and focus. And as long as your intentions are really kind of raising that vibration, we're getting excited, you removed all of those, barriers and obstacles that say, I can't have this, I can't do this, it's not for me. That's why that part is so important. But writing it down is the most important thing. Number one, they say you're more likely to achieve something if you write it down. Number two, when we write, we are putting it on paper. It's a way to validate and confirm that this is what you're doing. Number two, I love to read things out loud. So if you're able to, read or just speak out loud with your intentions what it is that you desire. Now, as I mentioned, sometimes it can be hard when we sit down and we're like, okay, what do we want? And then all of a sudden it's blank. So again, what is your wildest, craziest dream? What is it? Make that a journal prompt. If you could create your life to be anything, what would it look like? That's another journal prompt. Number three, why do you want this? How would it make you feel? What would your life look like if that was yours? Being creative at this time is important. I love to do dream boards. If you're not familiar, just taking a piece of paper or doing it on your iPad or getting a big poster board from the Dollar Tree And you can write all the things that you want on there, and not want, all the things that are coming to you. We can't live in a want mentality. We have to know that they're on their way. You can even get magazines, print some things off the internet of what it is that you want and put it on this board and put it in front of you. So this way, each and every day that you wake up, you have something that you can visually see, reminding you, bringing back, ushering in all of those feelings and emotion of excitement to help you drive and continue to take action each and every day to help you achieve those goals. I also do intention jars. I plan on doing a video down the road to show you exactly what those are. But if you like to do kind of witchy ritual type things, you can just take any jar that you have laying around, a food container jar, wash it out, clean it, and put different flowers, herbs, spices in there. You can go on the internet and Google what they mean, like magically, or you can just kind of come up with what putting parsley in the jar means to you. I like to put parsley in there and say I want to attract more fun and excitement in my life, or cinnamon speeds up and brings you abundance of money. And so you can kind of just be intentional in that moment and just really have fun putting everything in the jar. And then you can also take what you wrote and put that in the jar. I keep that jar on my desk. Whenever I'm feeling like I'm not, motivated or inspired, I take that jar and I shake it and I remember my why, and all those feelings and emotions come rushing back. So those are some activities that you can do. But the biggest thing when you are writing your intentions, during a new moon, this is the time to use the key phrase, I intend. Because when we are manifesting and we are attracting things, we are expecting them to be coming to us. That the universe, God, whomever is working and mailing it to us, sending it to our front door. And so we need to say, I intend to use the money that is arriving shortly to blah, 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 blah. Okay, when I get this promotion, I intend to blah, 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 blah. Okay, using the word intend as if it's already yours. Okay, that you're planning, essentially planning for this change, this shift of your reality to come in, and what you're going to do with it. So those are some simple, easy things that you can do. So to wrap it all up, you can focus on the houses that I talked about and focus on the Aries energy if you want to really amplify it by, intending to attract that, dream business that you've always wanted to manifest. That's just an example. Or you can do whatever you need to at this time. What it is that you truly desire, what's important to you, but just use those journal prompts, use the word I intend, and ultimately raise your vibration and know that it is on its way. So this is a very quick, short video on how you can manifest with this new moon happening in the sign of Aries on April 19th or 20th. Please note that this energy could come in about 3 days before, 3 days after. So get prepared, get excited, manage your energy as it starts shifting and fluctuating in the different signs. And I hope this video helped you, and I'm sending many blessings and wishes to you. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful new moon.